Today we're fixing Raviolina. The first thing I'm going to do is lift it up. Now we're going to take off the wheel. Next is this little plastic cover. There we go. Got the two up here, and there's also two more underneath. Or at least one. I'm not quite sure. Alright, once you get those three clips out, it just slides out like that. And we can see our crank pulley. Also, it's snowing. Okay, so now we gotta get the serpentine belt off. And I've got two wrenches hooked together on the tensioner. So I need two hands, so I can't show you. But. Okay, now back down here, we're gonna take it out. There it is. Right, our next maneuver is gonna be this 22 millimeter crank bolt. Come on. Ooh, she's tight. Come on, baby. Alright, we might have to break out the big guns. Alright, I got my chain whip on. You can see the handle of it coming out up there. And I got my big ratchet. We're gonna try to break her loose. This is gonna be a two-man job. Okay, well, so we got this jack stand, so the torque of my twisting with my long extension goes right into rotation instead of, you know, pushing the socket off the bolt. And then I switch to my breaker bar just so I don't screw up my ratchet, and we're gonna try it again. Alright, we gotta get another person. You can see it over from the side if you want to see.
It's a special tool?
Yeah, it's a chain whip.
Oh, okay. Which way do I hold it?
I'm gonna twist this way so you can pull.
Okay. Is somebody supposed to be coming loose?
Yeah, the bolt. Is it well, maybe I'll try hitting it with the torch.
Or the heat gun. The heat gun's right in there.
Does it feel hot?
I'm holding it.
Oh, you don't even have to hold it. Well, you can, I guess. It'll help. Alright, let's try this thing again. I think we need like real heat. I don't know where my torch is. I don't know if that'll even do it anyway.
Well, it's not cold. I would try it with the wrench one more time.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I had a bigger socket set. This is just a little nerve-wracking. Okay, ready? Here we go. Whoa! We got it.
Nice.
I think. Something happened.
Could have just been the socket slipping.
Easy.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Okay, we're getting this bolt out now. There it is. And we got the chain whip off. Oops, a daisy. Okay, got that out. Now let's see if the crank pulley will come off. There we go. Good job. Okay. That's what that fight was for. Okay, so now we should be able to mostly take off this timing cover, I think. Okay, I don't know how to explain this well, but this motor mount here, this is what's mounting this side of the engine to the body, and it's actually bolted onto the timing cover itself. So I'm gonna have to put a jack under the engine to hold the engine up separately from the car and then take this mount off. So that's our next little task. All right, you can see I got the jack under the oil pan here and a piece of wood. And we're just gonna jack until there we go. Well, I don't know if you could tell, but the weight of the engine's now resting on this jack. Okay, it might be possible to sneak around it, but I'm gonna just take it off because I think it's gonna make my life easier in the long run. This cooling reservoir, I think I'm just gonna be able to push it out of the way and leave the hoses hooked up. But one of the bolts is under this plastic guard here, so I'm gonna have to take that off. There we go. That one. Okay. I think we've almost got them all. All right, that's it. I do have the tool for these clips somewhere, but this is how I'm gonna do it this time. There we go. They also recess some of them, as you can see, in a hole. That makes it really easy to get at. And then they make a special tool for it. But I'm just using this hook pick. And putting them up there. Okay. It stopped snowing also. Okay. Here's another one already broken. Love that. Okay. There's another one. I'll switch to the more. Okay, time to take it off. Voila. That there. Okay, now I can get at this bolt. Okay. Coolant reservoir coming up. That was a Cummins. There's the other end. Okay, so now we're just gonna put that over there. Perfect. Now I can get at this motor mount much easier. And I'm gonna put these two little screws back just so we don't get them mixed up. All right, time to break these loose. I do see there's one underneath as well, so that's gonna be interesting. How am I gonna get this one under here? Is there another one? Okay, so I could lie on the ground and get all wet and get this bolt from underneath, or I can use my little stubby and this pry bar. Let's see if I can get it cracked loose from up here. There we go. And am I going the right direction? No, I'm not. So let's get this on here. Just gonna pry really gently. I don't like that. There we go. One more. Okay. There we go. Easy. Okay, next we're gonna try to get, that's a 14 down. You can't see it in there, but there is a bolt down in this hole. Oh, little snug, there we go. Okay, I gotta get a magnet. Get that one out. Okay, what's next? Okay, we're getting off one of these lower ones now. There we go. Okay. I did need this one out. So now, this guy should... Ah, okay, we do need the lower one after all to get this kind of hood, this cover piece off. So... Okay, and then the last one, this AC line is right blocking the path of that bolt, so this will be a little bit interesting. It's actually less in the way than I thought. Thank you, Toyota. I'm gonna get my big ratchet. And I'm just gonna use one extension. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay, I guess there's a third one. You can't quite see it, but it's right there. Okay, here it comes. There we go. Go. See if I could fish that one out. All right. this can come off, I think. Oh, it's all kind of, okay, it all comes together. I'll get you a better angle. This whole thing comes as a big old unit. Okay. There's some wiring. I've got to get this wire clip undone. Come on out, little wire. Okay. Got that off. There we go. Okay, this comes out one piece. And this is another. We'll just leave that in there. Well, no, it's gonna make my life a lot easier to get it out. Let's get it out. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. Okay, here's the next thing we have to get off. It is this big old bracket here. So, you can see the engine just flopping around now that I took the mount off. Okay, any more? Yeah, there's one deep underneath. At least, is that part of this? No, that's not part of this mount. Is there another one? Maybe that's it. We're busting out the Makita. Save a little time. Come on, baby. Okay, is that it? No. Are these different? Ooh. Huh. Interesting, one of these has silicone all over it, and the other one doesn't. Oh, I see it's way down there. The third one. Let's see if I can get it. Nope. Just a nice shot of my nice hand. Okay. Oof, I gotta get a wrench for this one. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna brute force it here. Oh, God. Oh, come on. I got it to creak once. Oh my God. Nope. Double wrench. Nope. Okay, we gotta get creative here. I'm just gonna leave this be and eat some lunch, and I'll be back later. Significantly better weather after lunch here. We're continuing on. I got this thing broken free, and it hurt my hand a lot, but I did it anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and just take out this big brackety thing, just to give me a little bit more room. Daisy. I didn't film it, but I was able to get the electric ratchet down and get that tricky bolt out there. Now let's see. Is it free? No. Okay, looks like there's one more little tiny guy down there. Okay, we are gonna do it. Oh, here, let's go. Come on. Oh. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. This motor mount bracket is loose. Okay, here it comes. There it is. Now you can see there's the real side of the engine now that we got this out of here. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is just get this little bracket for the wire out of the way. I'm gonna tape this screw back onto the bracket just so I can keep track of everything. Oops, daisy. Okay. Well. Okay. So now begins the real disassembly here. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the belt tensioner right down here, and it's covering the timing cover, so I'm gonna have to get that off. Ooh. Okay, here we go. On the tensioner. It's coming. I almost got it apart. Yeah, I'm making them a video because they want to be here, but now Maddie's away for a month. So. Come on. Okay, there's your belt tensioner. Okay, now we can see the whole timing cover. All right, let's go. Okay, cracker loose. Here's one. Okay, I'm gonna put all of these in a parts dish. Okay, here comes two. Now we go up to 14 mil for the third one. We'll crack it loose by hand first. And I'll get this one loose. And I'll get them out. You can see all the RTV they used on this thing. It looks like this cover may have been off before because I don't think the factory would have used that. What do I know? Okay. So now the next one down in there is back to 12 millimeter. ratchet. There we go. And then this electric ratchet with the swivel sockets really makes life easy. Okay. Just for the record, the first two 12 mil and the first two 14 mil bolts are the same size as each other. Okay. Looks like another one. Gonna do the old double wrench thing to get this one. Come on, baby. Get up. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can kind of. No, that's not gonna fit. Wish I had ratcheting wrenches. Really can't see anything, sorry. Okay, this bolt that went in the top middle is longer than the other two 12 mil. This one. Okay, we're getting this one from way in the back now. This in here. Come on. Nope, doesn't fit. Okay. Alright, I got that one out from right above that little tensioner inspection cover, and it's another 12 mil, the same as the others. Okay, I got another 12 millimeter from right behind the AC compressor. Same size. We've moved back down to the wheel well. We're gonna get, I already loosened these by hand. Let's see what we got here. One, two. Okay. Wow, it's really crazy. Like, the sealant hasn't even cured. I don't don't think this is factory sealant. Although I must say there have been really no meaningful oil leaks, which is also impressive. Anyway. Okay, next. This, come on. This is your crankshaft position sensor. I'm just gonna unplug it if I can figure out how. There we go. And I'll just leave it in there. Oh no, I won't, because there's a bolt right behind it. So let's see. 10 millimeter. Okay. There we go. Okay, okay. Come on. Okay, I got it. Come on out, baby. This should just wiggle out of here. Come on. Oh, there it is. That's what it looks like inside. Okay. 10, 12. Okay. Okay. Well, you guys can't see this, so I'm not gonna bother. Okay. Big moment here. Let's see if the cover's gonna come off. See if I missed anything. I don't see anything. Oh, it's because it's bolted on the bottom. That's what it is. Okay, it's not bolted on the bottom, so this needs to come off. Oof. Something's still holding it. Maybe this little tensioner cover thing has to come off. Okay, now we actually got it loose. gonna be a bit challenging to get this out around the crank snout down there. Okay, I got the new gears on. I got the new tensioner on down in here. And that little pin you pull out to tension it. I got this new sprocket on down there. I'm just cleaning up all the schmutz on this sealing surface right now. I've already got this surface clean. There's a little nick right there I need to sand a little bit. What else? I'm about to change out these two little pieces right here. Yeah, we're coming along. Okay, cracking this bolt loose here to get that broken little tensioner off. There we go. Okay, there you can see it's missing the plastic piece. So we'll put the new one on. Okay. Here comes the new one now. Okay. There's a little tiny, let's see if I can get it on here. There's a little nick right there. I got some sandpaper. I'm gonna just buff it out a little bit. All right, sorry for the noise, but you can see here, this is the old O-ring that seals this set of tubes that sprays oil onto the cams. And here's the new one, but it was so brittle when I started to take it off, it just broke. So anyway, I'll keep working on that. My other little task here is changing this rubber valve cover gasket, and it's also quite brittle. Got this pick. I'm gonna try to grab it, start lifting it up. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's cracking. Well, maybe you can't, but it's quite brittle. It's cracking wherever it comes up, but anyway. Okay, here we are. There's the old gasket. I'm just putting this new one in right now. Just tucking it in around all these little corners. Anyway, you get the idea. Here you can see the gasket material, the old stuff. It's all stuck on here, but I can kind of pick it off, and in some spots I have to really wipe it. And then this side is kind of where I've been cleaning it up. So I just got to finish cleaning up this whole sealing surface, and then we can put some more. I think I'll practice putting it on one time because it's tight, and then once I've figured out how to put it on quickly and not smear the stuff, I'll put sealant around it and put it on. Okay, this is the input cam phaser, for the record, just showing that I have it unlocked. These two dots here are not lined up, and when it's locked, they're aligned. So you're supposed to put it on like this, get all the timing marks lined up. So that's what I'm doing now. And I got the rest of the stuff on there already. Okay, we got the chain on here. I'm just gonna point out the timing marks. This shallow slot on the exhaust cam phaser lines up with that yellow mark. The shallow slot on this intake cam phaser lines up with this yellow mark. These two dots are not aligned. That means that the phaser is unlocked. If you need to know how to do that, you can watch videos about it. It's those two dots right there. And then this pink link, I can't really get it out of the way, but there's a dot right there, and there's a dot underneath that link, and they're also all aligned. So that should be the timing marks. And you can also see the cam lobes are pointing outwards roughly on the first cylinder. Okay, we got the chain on completely, and I already showed the timing marks. Just for my own reference, I torqued this bolt, I torqued this bolt, I torqued this top bolt. Getting that thing kind of lined up correctly is a little squirrely, but I feel pretty good about it. I torqued the 2 bolts on this guide and the bolt on that guide. On the tensioner, I torqued the 2 tensioner bolts, and I pulled the pin on the tensioner. So I think we're good to go. That's everything in this little neighborhood. Okay, I'm sorry for the noise, the furnace is running, but I just popped out the old crank seal. It's honestly wasn't that bad, but I got a new one anyway. So I just have to get that popped in here. I just used a pry bar on the old one to just get it out, and I'm going to use a little hammer now to tap the new one in. I want to show you something. You can see this is the lump of silicone I pulled off of the head of this bolt. The gray is the factory Toyota, and then the black is somebody else. And I don't know if I can get it to focus on this thing, but you can't quite see it. But this has been apart before is all I'm saying. Okay, I just wanted to show you something else for when we're putting the timing cover back on. This gear in here, you can't really see it, but this thing spins and it has these 2 flat sides to it. That's your oil pump. And then this is the old timing gear. It has these flats on it, and it fits in here like this, and that's what turns the oil pump. So that has to also get lined up to put this timing cover back on. Okay, one of the tricky bits on this repair is getting this timing cover in and out. You can see this bulge down here where the crank snout passes through. It's pretty thick when you look that it has to pass. Well, it's not focusing on it, but it has to pass beyond the crank there that you can see. And there's like this AC line and stuff in the way. So how I figured out how to do it that makes it a lot easier is to raise and lower the engine a couple times as you sneak it in there. And I think the way I'm gonna get it in without messing up any sealant is to just put all the sealant on the block side, and then this cover doesn't actually touch that until you start until you get it all the way in. So the sealant will stay a nice even coating without getting any wiped away before I put it on. So anyway, that's the next order of business here. All right, I have to move kind of quickly here so the sealant doesn't dry, but I'm using this gray stuff, which is similar to the original. And I'm just gonna put a thin layer all the way around this cover edge on the block. And then we gotta stick it on there really quick. I forgot to videotape, I was so in the zone, but I got the timing cover on and I started putting this motor mount on. Here you can see the little beads of silicone squishing out. Not quite as much on this side, but it's in there. Good enough. Yeah, here's a little view of this bead on this side of the case. Anyway, just gonna put this motor mount bracket on and keep trucking. Okay, it's hard to see, but I got the belt tensioner on right there, and the belts also. And I got that little cover plate over the timing chain tensioner. And the crank pulley is back in place, but I haven't torqued this bolt yet. I'm gonna need some big leverage to get that done. And I got the crank position sensor back in over here and tightened down. So next I think we're gonna keep going on the motor mount. Okay, well you can't really even see down there now, but I got this little wire routed under here correctly. Got the coolant tank back in its spot, and everything is back together. It's time to put the valve cover on. So I'm gonna have to clean off the sealant right here and at the joint on the other end back there. And I'll put a new little dab just to seal that little gap. And then we'll be rocking and rolling, and we can plug everything back in. Okay, we're back here inside, and this is the underside of the valve cover. And I'm now gonna change out these 4 spark plug tube seals. And so I got the pry bar here, and we should just be able to kind of pop them out. There. These are old. They're cracking. Well, you get the idea. This would be much easier to do with 2 hands, but so I think I'm gonna do that. But that's my next thing to do right now. Okay, these actually have to come out the top. I didn't realize they have a lip on them like that. So how I'm doing that is I get my seal puller here under the edge. Sorry for the lighting. Okay, and then we just pull a little bit. I'm gonna pull from the other side because I can get the pry bar in there easier. So, only 2 hands really, but here we go. This. Okay, now there's a little gap under here. I can get the pry bar in, and oops, We'll give it one more tug here. Come on. Come out. Might have got it. There we go. There we go. Now easy to pop it out. Okay. Just really quick, while I was cleaning this up, I do think these were maybe leaking a tiny bit, but I think there's a lot of leaking coming from this guy. I wiped it all away here, but that's where I think all this schmutz is coming from. But I don't have a O-ring for it right now, so it's just gonna have to be how it is. Here's the nice new spark plug tube seals. I cleaned everything up. I can just place them in there. And oops. Press them down with my hammer. Yep. Alright, we got the valve cover back on. Time to put all the bolts in and plug everything back in. Okay, it's our first startup after the new timing chain. That sounded bad. Okay, that was stuff falling off of the engine. There we go. Come on, baby girl. Why you no start? The coolant temp sensor was unplugged, so gonna try it again. There you go. She ain't rattling.